Will anyone recognize the jumping baby in you this new year? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always enjoy connecting with you midweek. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas season with your family. Hope you're looking forward to a great new year. And that question for you again, will there be any jumping babies around you in the new year? Now, friends, I know we're past Christmas, but give me just a little bit of grace here and let me share another Christmas-ish message with you. You remember maybe the story of Mary visiting Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth was Mary's cousin, and before Gabriel the angel visited Mary, Gabriel visited Zechariah and told Zechariah, Elizabeth's husband, that Elizabeth would have a baby. So Elizabeth was already 6 months pregnant before Gabriel came back down to earth, down to Mary, and said, "You're going to be pregnant as well." Now, Mary didn't know that Elizabeth was pregnant. Elizabeth had never sent out any kind of birth announcements or anything, no gender reveals, anything like that. So Mary, after the visit of the angel, rushes off to visit Elizabeth. She's down to the Judea area, down around Jerusalem, goes to visit Elizabeth, and here's the really cool part of the story. When Mary walks into Elizabeth's house, she offered her kind of the normal greeting. They didn't just knock on the door and said, "Hi, I stopped by for a visit," or "Hey, is anybody home?" Their traditional greeting was, "May the peace of the Lord be upon this house and all who live here." May the peace of Adonai, they would have said, be upon this house and all who live here. So when Mary walked in the door, and again, she's unannounced, Elizabeth didn't know she's coming. Mary walks in the door, offers that greeting, and Elizabeth, remember, she's 6 months pregnant, and she's also quite old. Elizabeth, the baby, jumped inside of Elizabeth. Now, friends, I've been around a few pregnant women over the years, and so I've heard that sometimes babies kick. I've never experienced that myself, but I've heard that babies sometimes kick. And sometimes the kick is kind of soft, and sometimes it's NFL kicker quality or something like that. But I've never, ever had a pregnant woman say to me, "Yeah, Pastor Mike, we got a little bit of jumping baby going on over here," or anything like that. I've never heard a woman say, "The baby within me jumped," like literally moved that much. And yet Elizabeth experienced that with the baby inside of her, which will be John the Baptist, and the only thing that took place was Mary's greeting. So when that baby, John the Baptist, heard Mary's voice, the baby jumped. Here's a really cool thing. In the story, Elizabeth then says, "The baby jumped for joy within me." Oh, friends, I love it whenever the Bible brings out joy, because joy is always a sign of the presence of God within us. So here's my question for you. Will there be enough presence of God within you in 2026 that people will recognize the jumping baby in you? Whoa, hang on a second, Pastor Mike. There's no baby in our future here. Well, let's just use the jumping baby thing as kind of a symbol or a metaphor. Of course, there doesn't have to be a baby. But will people recognize the joy of Christ in you in this coming year? And will there be any jumping babies around you? Because friends, whenever the joy of Christ is found within us, people know it and they see it. Whether they're adults or even babies in the womb, I guess, when the joy of Christ is inside of us, when the presence of the Lord is with us, when God's doing His work in us and through us, people recognize it. They know it. They may even recognize it simply by the way that we speak. So here's my question for you. Will people recognize the joy of Christ in you in the new year? Meaning, will there be any jumping babies out there? Because whenever the joy of Christ is in us, people will recognize it, they'll know it, and they'll respond to that activity. Friends, in 2026, may the joy of the life of Christ be found in you, and may it elicit a response from those around you as well. Whether it's jumping babies or not, may it elicit a response from those around you. Hey, what's different with your life? May that be true for you in 2026. Friends, hope you have a great week. Thinking of you as always, praying for you to take good care of yourself and your family. God bless. Bye-bye.